Hello y'all, this is Ninja DC, joining again for another React video. This time from MLP Season 7, Episode 19.
19.
Yeah, like the leaks are throwing me off even more. Especially since apparently they've shuffled around the episode production order. This is why we had that one Russian leak, if anyone has any context for that. That's the reason. But anyway, joining me again this time, Unova.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Unova Brony here, and we are going to entertain you with our reaction to It Isn't the Main Thing About You.
All right. And yeah, it's just me, Unova, live, and possibly joining us in post. You'll find out is, and that's who's joining us in post. Hopefully there's some awkward silence there. Mm-hmm. All right. Unova, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Actually, let me get the episode up myself. All right. Let's see. Anything about you? All right. Ready to go?
Ready.
All right. Press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Oh, hey, look at it in the background.
Right. Yeah, Apple Balloon.
And then Granny Smith with Pear.
Looks like I'm not the only one.
Oh, Mr. Pear.
Mayor's Day to the last minute.
Mayor's Day?
How can I choose?
Really good moment in which, wait, Lyra and Bob are split? What?
All of you? What I would do is pick flowers that accentuate my mane. It makes for a captivating color story when you present them to whomever they're intended.
Ooh. The flowers represent the pony who gives the gift.
Yeah, they're not even being subtle about their relationship at this point. Their implied relationship.
Yeah.
Color consultations was a great idea, Rarity. Now, what can we do for you? Oh, darling, I need 12 lavender pieces for photo finishes shoot on the most beautiful manes in Equestria. I know you're swamped, but it's for Vanity Mayor. She's going to take pictures of my mane, so color coordination is a must. Anything for you, Rarity.
We'll put the extra effort in. That felt a lot more nice.
What the hell?
If the wind came from one direction, it would really intense.
Showing off that new animation budget.
Also, it kind of makes me feel weird about Rarity's mane. You tend to forget, like, how much of a single horizontal strand of hair it is. Oh, it looks weird.
I wish Cadet was here because she would comment about the animation of the mane or something.
Hey, look, there's a hipster pony.
My mane will be flowing over the shares in the tableau I have in mind. But I was hoping to choose the color.
Haven't we seen that same chaise?
And this is the rarity I was talking about.
Oh yeah.
I'd buy one for every room.
Yet at the same time, it seems to be reaching to people's wants as well. I'll reserve that commission.
Amazing. How easy would that be to suggest something and get money for it?
To put photo finish in a good mood, and nothing creates a better mood than your confection. Am I interrupting? We were just celebrating the anniversary of the twins' first sneezes.
Wait.
Just about 1 year ago, there was a tickle in your nose. You snorted through the nursery. Happy sneeze-anniversary.
Hey, look! A small Pinkie Pie song. We haven't seen those since season 2.
What?
Oh gosh, you're right.
Oh yeah, and
I missed
also,
those. Like, what the hell? That was a sudden cut.
Yeah, it was. It was like 3 minutes. What is the show trying to do? Trying to beat its record of like longest pre-intro?
But it actually does remind me, like, yeah, that's one thing I miss about season 1 and 2 is like they had just a lot of the mini Pinky songs.
Though a lot of people apparently seemed annoyed by them early.
I ain't lying because it really reminded me of like the real life when you have like that one friend who's like very musical and just sings. They don't necessarily sing like Disney's song, but like they like sing a cheerful tune.
By the way, apparently the Cake twins are now like a year old, apparently.
Photo finish shoot my mane like this.
I thought that was established with the
Oh, that's because it's not just party string, it's super sticky celebration string.
Why would you get that?
I guess my sneeziversary was a little too sneezibratory.
And with sticky string? Gross.
I'll find a way to clean this up before the shoot tomorrow. Actually, you might consider doing the same.
Again,
What?
why would you get this, Pinky?
If only we had some kind of super sudsy mane conditioning shampoo for you and a magical cleaning remover potion for me.
That seems like Equestria Girl's Pinky from the first movie.
A crowbar solves everything.
She's a wonder with a cauldron. I'm sure she can mix up a fix for both of us.
Just bringing up like words that insinuates the plot.
Yank all those big goods out of this super sticky celebration
Yeah, this.
string.
Yeah, even if I didn't read the synopsis, like it would be a little too on the nose what's going to happen, or on the snout.
I do wish the Cora lived in town. One shouldn't have to brave the darkest part of the forest for shampoo. Do you think Photo Finish would want to take a picture of my mane?
That reminds me, it was
Well, I'm not sure that your style is quite right for this particular photo essay. Photo Finish
I don't know,
would
she
have
likes Fluttershy.
everyone who search for the most beautiful of manes.
Oh no! Wait, what do
Makes
you
me
mean?
wonder, I mean, if
Oh yeah, yeah,
Finish.
yeah. Oh yeah, for the
Sneeziversary,
finish,
is
yeah.
that what Flurry Heart did, or the twins have just
They
as
just
bad
have
of a
fur.
twins as
That's
she did?
it.
So at this moment, neither is mine. Don't worry. Sakura will absolutely be able to help. I'm sure you're right. Listen, Spooky Eyes. Why don't you take a picture? It will last longer.
The
Okay, that was
joke
good.
of the ever free, ever forest actually made a really good joke.
Are you certain?
I still can't used to Sakura's
oddly
heart.
saturated.
Strange, but my methods are mine. After all, I've been doing this for quite a long time.
Yay, Sakura!
I'll have those cupcakes cleaned off in no time. You really should bake new ones.
For your mane, of course. Just soap will do. So use my super sudsy shampoo.
Oh, what a relief. I can't tell you how worried I was that my mane wouldn't be ready for the shoot. Oh.
You were
Ew.
right to be concerned. Manes are tricky, I have learned.
Oh, tell me about it.
Cleaning is simple, but a magical fix could cause any number of troublesome ticks.
Really?
Ooh, there are tales I could tell to make your hair stand on end. Horrifying, terrifying attempts to mend.
But I do enjoy a
Mane
good yarn,
men?
but I'm not sure I could take any more mane fright today. Well, I love a good scary story.
There's the contagious frizz that spreads friend to friend, or the story of the infinitely splitting end.
Oh, that's scary.
Yes, well, very entertaining. Thanks for the shampoo. Ta-ta! Anything about curls that keep on curling until your whole body is...
Ah! No, Pinky!
There is one story I nearly forgot, of an earth pony who needed to clean up her shop.
Oh, that's just what I have to do. Weird.
Perhaps it'd be better if I were more clear. You can't clean up Sugar Cube Corner from here.
Gee, Sakura, I can take a hint.
With just a few drops, any mess you'll improve if you focus on that which you want to remove.
It won't be hard to focus on the super sticky celebration string. It's kind of the only thing you can see.
And it kind of
Would only
resembles
take a few
snot.
drops, but I figured we should all chip in.
Really using that curly mane.
Remember to only focus on the party string. We don't want to accidentally remove anything else. Ooh, sudsy. A relaxing shower really gives you the chance to focus on the fabulosity of your mane. Not the most pleasant scent, but it gets the job done. my mane feels lateral.
Oh,
And an abrupt cut
Know
to.
that I am not pointing hooves, but
I don't understand. Rarity, why would you think to point your hooves at me?
let's just say I understand why your shampoo hasn't made a splash in the marketplace. Oh, goodness, Sakura, you could at least pretend it isn't that bad.
But there's nothing to say. You just took the wrong potion from here yesterday.
ah.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought maybe your shampoo had triggered early onset mare pattern baldness.
No, this lack of hair was put into motion when you mistakenly washed with remover potion.
Oh, what a relief. Well, if you could just whip up a cure, I'll be on my way. So much to do before the shoot tomorrow.
As I mentioned before, there's no easy fix. Mane mending magic's the trickiest of tricks.
Sorry?
I doubt that your mane has left us forever. There's a chance we can fix it, I think, if we're clever.
Wait, there's a chance? You think?
I need to focus. If I'm to work any faster, one wrong ingredient spells utter disaster. You should go finish your list of to-dos. Keep your mind off of all of these mane-losing blues.
The moral should be never go shopping with Pinky.
Finish my to-dos. But I don't know if I can even show my face looking like this.
And that is the one joke I don't like from this episode.
Wow, that's
Actually, I
bad.
like that. It was good timing so far.
I'm sorry, miss. But I can't match your mane if I can't see it.
What about mine?
Marigold, I should think. Sorry, I believe it was my turn.
And hello there, putting your hoof down callback.
Perfect. Now me.
Hey, Rarity, welcome to the life of Fluttershy.
I want to see like a fan. I just want to see a fan edit where like Fluttershy is giving coaching her.
Don't worry, you'll be.
Has nothing to do with it. Rarity always knows how to make something look its best. Probably because she looks so good herself. That ain't something us non-fabulous folk here can understand.
Non-fabulous?
No! It's so reputation.
I appreciate every pony's interest in our new sofa colors, but the yellow one is spoken for.
Oh, thank you, Davenport. Perhaps I can pick it up once every pony leaves.
I'll give you twice whatever the pony who wants to buy the yellow one is paying. 3 times!
Sold!
Wow, Davenport.
Nobody recognizes Rarity with the cloak on?
Treat you when you can't command their attention.
Are you sure that's what happened? Wait, you can't command Pony's attention because your mane's messed up?
Starlight, the element of bluntness.
Does this look messed up to you?
Yes.
I don't want my mate to be like that.
It's not so bad.
Hard.
If today is any indication of how ponies will treat me from now on, I can't simply wait to see if my...
Which reminds me of like her Phantom of the Opera version of her evil self in the
Sorry,
comics.
Rarity. I'm sure no pony needs to make you feel worse
I
than
don't
you
know why
already
it's
do.
just gives me days
Didn't
jumping
you
into
say
that.
Sakura was working on
I mean,
it
just
too?
in
Yes,
aesthetics, I
even if
guess.
the pony isn't utterly indifferent to my presence, Sakura might not be able to fix this in time for the shoot. Can't you do a spell to restore some semblance of my mane?
The thing is, it's pretty much like Sakura said. Fixing manes with magic is...
Tricky!
Rarity
I don't care about what sort of deal with the devil we have to do. Hey. No, that's the best joke of the episode.
Okay, that is a good episode.
Hey, it's a woodpecker from Pinky's mane.
This won't do. I need an actual mane.
But it has to come from somewhere.
So you tried to say to me that magic just only takes sources from existence?
More disastrous than this.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I've already learned from Star Versus, you don't mess with hair spells, it can go bad.
Yeah.
Last Rarity. I have searched for so long. What I told you before was totally wrong.
Sakura, you found a cure? That's amazing! You mean I'll get my fabulous mane back in time for the shoot?
Oh, no. I'm afraid I can't fix it before the big shoot. But in time, the hair will grow back from the root. There's no magical cure to hasten us through it, unless you went backward in time to undo it.
Oh God, Sakura, why would you bring that up?
I think we can both say that's not a good option.
Oh, it's learning!
No, that was the best reaction I heard all day.
But I will need your honest opinions.
Really? From Applejack?
How awful is it? Come on! Can't any pony pretend it's not bad? We could, try.
But it's already too late. The effect is already gone.
I know this would have been a great opportunity to bring back Zephyr Breeze, but from what I know of reactions, he doesn't make an appearance.
Oh my God, that actually would be interesting. I would be fine with that. Oh hey, Sugar Bell.
So what did they say?
They're gonna help her. That was it.
How's milking a cow going to help?
That's just it. It looks like we hired a new milkmaid.
Oh God.
Close to my color as a youngin'.
Just a little
Granny
down-home
Smith
engineer.
cosplaying as herself when she was younger.
That's a good idea, Applejack, but Photo Finish is looking for the most beautiful manes, not bonnets.
That woodpecker.
Wouldn't there be a wig shop somewhere?
Power of Pegasi, activate!
That actually looks really freaking good.
This is really
Yeah.
fetching. Yes, nailed it.
Oh God, it's in stasis.
Just not portable.
It's called a wig.
There.
Wait,
Actually, it's not that bad.
Face it.
but the Rarity is just like, green is not a gay color! Oh hey!
I think we all know how bad Rarity's been feeling. But I never thought she'd cancel her shoot with Photo Finish.
Wait, she actually did a cancellation on something that seemed to be the pending deadline?
Isn't a lemonade, it's her.
When has this never happened before?
Like a lemon.
Well, she's not a lemon. She's our friend. And right now she needs our support.
Rarity is not a lemon, people. She won't become lemongrass, people.
Would you mind closing the door? I'm more comfortable in the
I'm
dark.
having one of my ice cream episodes. Ugh.
Hey, Rarity, you've done just about enough sulking. Having a fabulous mane is a wonderful thing, but it ain't the only thing.
Yeah! And we're here to remind you how awesome you are.
Though when it is a photo shoot about a mane, that is sort of like the only thing.
To say, but it's hard to argue with cold, hard facts. What facts do you
Oh.
believe? That without my mane, I simply can't shine as I once did, and ponies treat me like the sad, invisible pony I've become.
Rarity, you're not invisible. You're our friend. A friend who started a fashion empire.
A friend who made us all feel beautiful in her lovely creations. A friend who stuck by us no matter what.
A friend so generous that she once chopped off her own tail to help a sea serpent.
Steven Magnet.
I know you lost some confidence when you lost your mane. But unlike your hair, confidence is something you can get back right now.
Goodness, you're right. The only pony behaving differently today was me. Besides, what doesn't shine from the outside in?
Rarity? What are you doing?
I'm preparing to shine from the inside out. Oh,
Wow!
awesome!
It's my own fault. I shouldn't have bought flowers without asking Spoiled what she likes.
Well, we don't have much left. What does she like?
Purple?
I have a solution.
Uh-oh.
Rarity, that That mane is amazing. Thank you. Although I'm afraid I missed my chance at Vanity Mare, which means I have quite
It's
a few
punk
lavender
rock
arrangements to
Rarity.
spare.
Is lavender purple?
You don't know your colors?
The windswept look is very last season. Perhaps you could set this up outside. It's sure to draw in the hoof traffic. Photo shoot or no, you can always use a chaise.
Well, Rarity, if you wanted to shine from the inside out, I think this afternoon you became the brightest filly in Equestria.
Oh, pshaw, Applejack. I'm simply making up for all the time I wasted feeling sorry for myself.
I don't know why you were so upset.
Your mane looks awesome. I'm just glad that I have all of you to remind me that even if I accidentally use magical remover potion on my mane, I can look good on the outside as long as I feel good on the inside. How'd you end up using remover potion on your head anyway? Pinky! If I had the remover potion this whole time, that means Pinky must have the... shampoo. Shampoo? Well, that explains why our meat is
Wow.
healthy and soft.
I like that new mane.
Perhaps I'll fetch the rest of that remover potion. Hey, is there something different about you? New hoof polish? So you're sure? You're sure it's fully recovered?
Yes, Rarity, it's been months. Your mane looks fine.
Ooh, look! It's the most beautiful manes in Equestria issue of Vanity Mare. You should read it. Oh, honestly, Pinky, after all I went through, I'm not sure it even matters what mane graces the page. But I canceled the shoot.
We had a little talk with Photo Finish.
And explain just how beautiful we got you.
Dang it, the first time Fluttershy and Photo Finish are together and we don't, it's off screen.
Finish took a few pictures.
Oh, she was hiding in the bushes.
Luckily, you don't have to say anything. Your style speaks for itself.
Oh God! Everyone went through Pony Creator! What have you done?
Alright. Actually, I don't know why you said those like a man, like not just you, but I know a lot of people have like a sort of mad reaction. I like this episode.
It's might have been because like I might have felt a bit off from like that like one Philly joke, along with like the discontinuity of like Rarity not even thinking about like about Pinky. But then again, like this is kind of like my second my second rewatching of the episode, and well, this episode.
I mean, don't get me.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, don't get me wrong. There are problems. Like, I don't feel the moral lines up with the story too well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because the moral is like it doesn't matter if your main's messed up or stuff. Like you can be good from the inside beauty. However, she makes herself outsidely beautiful as too, which is like, do you miss a part of something?
And I also kind of felt like the beginning and the ending, like the repeating frames of Mr. Breezy, the Flower Girls, and Davenport, they felt like it was congesting the episode a lot. I felt like it didn't fit in. It just felt like Rarity doing Samaritan things, like at the end, while at the beginning it's like the Rarity we known about, yet it didn't really relate much to like the plot until like Pinky's incident. But then again, it was probably like no, wait a minute, they showed it 3 times. Oh man, it's weird. It's weird. It's like I feel like we got a bit of overabundance of like the repeating tropes of like those 3 groups of shopper ponies. I felt like it really dampened the episode quite a bit. Well, at the same time, it was like I felt like at the end it shouldn't have showed like that portion. Then it could have felt like more balanced. Like we could have had a bit more episode on like some other aspects, like either more harebrained shenanigans from Twilight and Starlight, or basically we could go for maybe adding Sakura a little bit more to the episode. Like the moment like she came back into the story was just to confirm like, oh, you're not gonna lose your mane forever. But yeah, there's no magical means of like growing it back immediately. And I think that was really it, aside from like say Spike not really being involved in the story, but then again, it didn't really like matters. It just felt weird that Spike was a background.
That does make sense. Like I haven't watched the episode before, but have read some responses to it. And like, yeah, I have to agree. Some of them were like, "Where was Spike in this?" It was like, yeah, like this so set up like a good gag where like Spike sees her hair and like faints or something like that.
Like it could have
been a good gag.
It could have been like the inverse of Spike's first reaction to Rarity. It's been like, hello there. Is there something the matter with your mane? And then it's where he's like, Spikey, Wakey, why can't you put some in? It's like, oh, I couldn't lie. It could have been like some sort of vanity joke there. But I think the last thing people had an issue with this episode was just the idea of like, oh, Equestria hasn't developed anything for like regrowing manes in case of an emergency, like even after 1,000 years, even though the one instance we actually saw Rarity regrow her mane magically was at the end of the first premiere. It's like people have like an issue with that right.
Though to be fair, that her hair growing back then was from the elements of harmony, which is like the supreme magic above all. So, I mean, Discord probably could also snap his fingers and get hair back for her, but probably not the hair she wanted.
Yeah, imagine if it's like a haystack hair. Oh God, it look hideous! What did you do? I gave you a mane, or was that hay? It like could have been like a mismatch rhyming thing to like combine with like Sakura. Oh God.
Now I think about like this actually could have had a worse reaction if she used her remover because it only took off her mane. What if it took off all her regular hair too? Like when Snips and Snails had like their tail hair ripped off and they had gum stuck together.
Oh yeah, for Ponytail Confidential.
And, like imagine if Rarity's whole like face area was like that. Oh gosh.
Oh my God, Rarity would just been like, I have to put on the mask. I know.
That would have been fit better. Forget the mane. That would have been like even more like oh snap.
Oh snap! Rarity looks the most hideous she's ever been.
And yeah, like just to go back to, I think my main issue, I guess, with this episode is like one, the pacing and overall, like it's not like the most great pacing, but I just find it serviceable. But the lesson at the end just doesn't fit like what happens because like she's like, oh, she learns like it's about inner beauty that matters. Yes. But then she just makes herself look good outside, which is like, that's like a different episode with responses.
Yeah, like
a different,
like maybe like the response that would have been more fitting for this episode was more about like, listen, Rarity, you can't keep yourself hesitating about like about misfortunes that seem to happen, even if you might not like look your prettiest now. Like, even if you have to cancel stuff, it's just like. It's more about like not letting like these misfortunes like make you hesitant about still doing stuff in life. Like maybe that could have been like the moral. Like
yeah, I think it would have been better if she just went out, like maybe dress it up somewhat, just because, like not just dress up her hair, but like just like prep it up somewhat, but like still have it where it is ruined, but like just still go on with her life and just like learn to like just. Like not let that restrain her, let her beauty restrain her. So she's just happy how she's just not fazed by it. I thought that would have been a better setup than just like, oh, let me just redesign my hair where it's actually good. But to be fair, I really wish they would have actually kept that look for Rarity for a few episodes, just for like continuity and just for being cool.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that would be sick! Just be like, this is the reason why we don't have any of the Rarity episodes this season. It's because Rarity still has to deal with like the couture of her mane just being all ruined and such. Like I could have been an awesome background detail. But one thing I've noticed from like my second watching of this episode is how much Haber is writing like M.A. Larson when it comes to continuity. Just all those continuity callbacks to Hard to Say Anything, The Perfect Pair, and even like putting your hoof down and going back to like the instances of Sakura. Just and also like what was that? Oh yeah, baby cakes with how reminiscent it is to like like after the intro for that episode. It's just there's a lot of familiarity, which certainly strengthens it and helps it make it like a good episode. But it's kind of held back with like just I feel like it's constantly like repeating stuff or like certain sequences that just don't really make sense to like the grand scheme of things. Like at the end, it just shows Rarity like helping the ponies and such. Like aside from like she was already helping them with like her selfishness before, unless they wanted to make a point about like her selfishness being used while at the same time propagating like people's desires for like something new within those establishments. But that's really why I just feel like this episode is just okay. It's not the worst Rarity episode. I mean, seriously, look at season 4 with like Rarity Takes Manhattan for that example. It's just meh. And I kind of feel really bad that Diamond Tiara didn't get a line in this episode. Seriously, you could have had something there. Get us into an insight about what she's doing, not just her fodder. Seriously, that was like the biggest cock tease of the episode. But what about you?
Oh yeah, there. Now I see what we're talking about. Grandparent,
and Granny Smith.
Yeah, I missed that the first time.
It was kind of felt like weird. Like I thought Big Mac was the one who wanted to see Old Smokey. But I guess he was too busy with his newly developing love life, as it's supposed, since Sugar Belle was with Big Mac in the apple farm.
Let's see. But I guess any final thoughts?
Alrighty then. I will go on ahead and say that this episode like doesn't give me like the enthusiasm I got for Rarity this season from like say Campfire Tales. However, it's not bad, but it's certainly not like the meh I've been feeling about Rarity from like say season 6. Wait, let me just check. What was Rarity's episodes in season 6? Oh wait, Saddle Review wasn't really about Rarity, more about her friends. Oh god, the Cart Before the Ponies. I'm definitely not counting that. That was just like the worst. PPOV was certainly like quite enthusiastic, seeing like different perspectives of Rarity. Oh my god, all of Rarity's episodes of season 6, like she's been featured prominently, was very much meh. Except for like say Spice Up Your Life, which I forgot, but that episode she was kind of shown very much in the wrong. Like the episode logic for that episode. But like in season 7, like I definitely didn't feel for Rarity from like Forever Philly, except for maybe like in the end. But then again, that's just like a vague connotation what I had from her. I just only really supported Rarity from like Campfire Tales, even though like the story she told was kind of like the inverse of like what this episode's issue was. Like she became ugly, yet wasn't helping ponies become beautiful still. And I'm like, Rarity, you kind of forgot about that, like, lore that you were telling the young Cutie Mark Crusaders, you know? Doesn't matter.
Actually, is another point.
Yeah, it's just like, it just felt like off continuity with that episode.
No, we have to go on there, but it's like with itself, like it just seemed off continuity with its own moral. Where it's like it's about the inner beauty, except for she makes her outer beauty look good too. So it's like, you could have still had a lesson. It just could have been a different lesson, and this episode would have felt less like fake. Like it's just sort of like actually like.
It feels like an episode that really didn't want to tackle the topic of vanity, even going as far to say, like, the magazine is called Vanity Mare.
Well, to be fair, that's more a reference to Vanity Fair.
Wait, there's a magazine called that?
I think. I don't know if that's a saying. That's a Google score. Let me find out.
Google, your one help icon.
Well, it took me to the Vanity Fair website, but I don't. It's a pop culture magazine, so I guess it is. Yeah, it was like a reference to that. But yeah, like I said earlier, I actually really enjoyed this episode. Yet, there are flaws, and the moral just feels disingenuous. Is actually the word I was looking for. It's just because it's a good moral, but it doesn't fit what happened. Because Rarity fixed her mane, it made it look freaking awesome, or like very like Rainbow Dash. Like it made Rainbow impress Rainbow Dash with its awesomeness. That tells you how good it was. So
yeah, I'm just kind of sort of like desensitized that anytime Rainbow says awesome at this point. But yeah,
she said awesome, but not with herself.
Oh, that makes everything a whole lot better now. But yeah, I could sort of see it like it's kind of like the moment in which, like, wow, even Rainbow's impressed with like your mane. It kind of reminds me of Rainbow's mane in a way. Like, imagine Rainbow with like a punk aesthetic.
Actually, when the colors came, it'll just need a shape change. Oh, mane change.
Mane change.
But yeah, overall, like, I felt this episode's flaw. Like, the moral really does not fit. But overall, I did enjoy it. I like this is a return of the Rarity I like, which is the vanity Rarity, the Rarity, where she's generous, like we've seen this in the episode, but at the same time, she is vain to a point.
Yeah,
which is part of her character.
Yeah, and it's also very realistic because not everyone is going to be a self-virtuous foe, a self-virtuous person in which all their actions are all for the greater good. There's also a need of like some benefit for yourself in the business, you know? I mean, or how else are we going to survive life? Rarity's attitude might be the most clearly easily be able to like put into our own reality, and she'd be able to profit easily.
Okay, well, let's see. I have to say that this is a really good Rarity episode. Giving her a brief new look, that was kind of cute. I don't mind seeing the cosplays later for this. I think it was a really good lesson, too, of how looks can matter. Looks can definitely matter, but I guess it was a great lesson for her to learn. You know, looks don't always matter. So good lesson to learn, but also this whole thing could have been solved if there was a wig shop in Ponyville. She could have gotten a wig, and that would have been end of it. But I know how these things have to go. But again, it could have been the big thing is like, why is there no wig shop or main shop in Ponyville? And also, never ever go shopping with Pinky ever again. But a really good episode. Good, and a good Rarity episode. I liked it.
All right, but I guess with that said, see y'all next time. Oh, see you next time.
Bye.
And possibly see you post-production edited in person. All right, see ya.